In this video, we'll show you how to teach sitting forwards and backwards. This is one of the most basic elements without bindings. It does take some time to master, but any beginner can start practicing even in their very first training session. Here you can see what we'll cover in this video. You can skip to each chapter by clicking on the time marks in the video description. A very easy and fun exercise is swinging with a partner. It is a good way to get used to sitting on the stride rung. There are a couple of important things. Beginners should get onto the wheel at the same time. As a coach, you should make sure that the wheel doesn't get out of control in case one of the gymnasts fails to get on the wheel or suddenly jumps off the wheel. When swinging, the gymnast should always hold tight to the rims and put their feet on the ground. Also, it's very important that the gymnasts communicate with each other and get off the wheel at the same time. Another nice swinging exercise for beginners is this one. It's not directly related to sitting, but it helps getting used to the height and the motion of the wheel and prepares them for supporting each other later on. Also here, it is very important that the gymnasts do not get off the wheel unexpectedly. Here we show you how to start practicing sitting without a partner. The gymnast will sit on the stride rung similar to how they did with a partner. The rung should be exactly in the fold between the buttocks and the thighs. They can start standing and slowly go forwards until the rung almost touches the floor. Then straighten the legs completely and let the wheel roll. Have a look at the arms. They are always stretched to the front and the hands push down on the rims in each swing. The fingers are flat on the rims while pushing. This is very important or they will get rolled over. When the gymnast understands that, they can also start pulling the wheel up each time before they push on the rims. Note the correct body position. The upper body is completely upright, legs and feet are straight, and they are left on the floor, not lifted up. Also here the gymnast is sitting exactly in the right place on the rung. A common mistake is to sit too far to the front. The aim is to get higher and higher. This takes some practice. By the way, it's normal for the rung to cause pain at the beginning. The pain will stop if the sitting is practiced regularly. After a while, the gymnast will start getting quite high and they won't be able to stay upright when they are high at the back. Then it's time for the next step, grabbing the rims from the outside. As a coach, you will pull the gymnast up a little so they can grab the rims from the outside. Note that the gymnast is grabbing the rims at shoulder height. After grabbing, they just put the hands to the front and grab the wheel when it comes up in the front. After a while, you as a coach can start doing less. If the wheel has too little momentum, the gymnast can still grab the rims from the inside. When the gymnast learns to get higher and higher, they will be able to grab the rims from the outside every time. Note that the gymnast also starts getting their upper body out of the wheel at the front, but here it's not yet necessary to change the position of the hands. Parallel to practicing alone, it's also a good idea to practice with a partner. At the beginning, as a coach, you should move the wheel very slowly and pay attention to both gymnasts. If you're new to coaching, you can ask a second coach to help you. The most important thing is that the gymnasts sit in an upright position at all times. To achieve that, they will have to constantly change their hand positions. When they're on the ground, they should keep their fingers together so they don't get rolled over. You should not let beginners do this exercise on their own too early because the wheel will change velocity very quickly and the gymnast will not be able to adapt their position fast enough and might fall off and get hurt. However, once the sitting goes smoothly, you can team up the gymnasts. 2 of them roll the wheel slowly and pay attention to the 2 sitting gymnasts, so they can stop the wheel if one of them is in trouble. The 2 spotting gymnasts should be aware that they have a very responsible job. Another nice little exercise that gymnasts can do in pairs is keeping balance on the wheel. A variation is to do it in a straddle position. Now let's get back to sitting alone. Once the gymnast is able to get high, they will want an elegant way to exit. We recommend the straddle. Most gymnasts find this relatively easy and intuitive. Just tell the gymnast what to do and let them down very slowly. You can hold the wheel like you can see here. If the gymnast feels comfortable, you can let the wheel have more and more momentum. If you're new to coaching, just take your time and not let the wheel roll too quickly. You will learn to control the wheel more precisely with time. Here you can see a way for getting into sitting. By the way, in the video about angled front sitting forwards, we show a variation of this element and explain the technique in detail, so maybe you want to go and check out that as well. At the beginning you can support the gymnast like here. One hand controls the wheel, the other one supports the gymnast at their back. If the gymnast is not strong enough, you can even use both hands and control the wheel with your foot by putting it on the rim. When they get the hang of it, they can try to do it in sort of a loop, like here. This is not only fun, but also a very helpful exercise for getting feeling for the wheel and for abdominal strength. If the gymnast is also practicing front lying forwards, then we have a little challenge for them here. In any case, enjoy teaching sitting forwards and backwards and train safely.